Hello guys, MaSsan here. I've been getting a lot of requests saying, "Hey MaSsan, what should I disenchant? I got this card, should I disenchant to get this card and that?" And it just came to the point that where I should just do a full walkthrough or guide about how you should be disenchanting, or what cards you should disenchant or disenchant, what cards you shouldn't disenchant. So just gonna go through a quick video. Well, not quick video, it's actually a long video because I go through every single card in Hearthstone that you can disenchant. As of today is February 22nd. So maybe if you don't know whether you should be disenchanting card or two, or if you would like to get some really nice set of dust because you haven't really been disenchanting, and that can probably help you get a couple legendaries or two, or in my case I think I got 16,000 dust or something, so that's like 10 legendaries. So yeah, just walk through with me, bear with me, it's a pretty long video, so I'll see you there. Okay. Probably disenchanted some of these already. So let's restart. Yeah, that was awkward. By the way, I won't be disenchanting gold legendaries, and if you're collecting cards, I don't think you should disenchant gold legendaries because it's kind of rare to come. You might want to have those golden cards later on, but if you need them for dust, just do this. And if you don't have a key legendaries and you have a golden legendaries that are low tier, do disenchant them. Here, let's start with the Malorn that you should disenchant as of meta for now. King Crush, you should. You know what? I'm just gonna do everything. Sure. King Crush, you should disenchant. Leviathan, you should. Volver, you should disenchant. Prophet Velen, you should disenchant. I'm not too sure about the Galix. It seems often it's not as good anymore, definitely, but it will come back time to time along with the Edwin Van Cleef. So I'll keep them. Same goes here. Iron Juggernaut, I already disenchanted this guy, I'm not using it. And I don't think they'll be any useful in near future. So you can disenchant Cho. You can disenchant Millhouse Manastorm, Pagel, and Tinkmaster Overspark. Blinkton, you can keep it. I disenchanted earlier, I think, already. But you can keep them if you want to, because there are a few decks that you can utilize them. The deck cards I'm disenchanting right now is that the cards that you will very unlikely will use it in near future. Near future being next patch. So until GVG, this should be efficient. Mukla in aggro decks, you time to time you come back, you can use them. Also good in mill deck. That is good against handlock. So once handlock start come back, that you can kill it. You can put him in the back. Put him back in the deck. Elite Terran Chieftain, I actually crafted this guy with the dust I had. You're not supposed to have this guy, by the way. I'm just... So, because you're supposed to only get it via like BlizzCon. That happened a couple of years ago. Greenskin you can actually keep. This guy is like A tier, I would say A minus tier. Him and Nothing Worry you should disenchant. Same goes for Gazlo and Mimiran's Head. Karen you can keep. Hugger, time to time it's used. Illusion you can disenchant. Ogre you can disenchant. Tossher, it's a good to keep. Black Knight Sylvanus, all good cards. Beast, I already disenchanted. Dr. Boom, Barongeddon, all A+ tier cards. Trogger, I don't know if you want to keep Trogger. It's like, whenever it comes down to Dr. Boom or Trogger, you definitely don't want both. I don't think the deck kind of becomes too clunky. For Reaper, I think you can safely disenchant. Same goes for a Girl. And Ragnaros you should keep. Sneasel Trader you should keep. Alex Treza you should keep. Malios I think you should keep. This card has not been used in current meta for a while, but time to time you will see it, and time to time it's good, so It's one of those cards that you can use even in competitive scene. Also, it's just good thing like for 12 body. Just good to have it on your deck, and it will improve your deck likely. No Storm you can safely disenchant. Mechanier. I think you can safely disenchant this guy for now. Onyx I will actually keep, believe it or not, because this guy was amazing. It can be amazing in Control Warrior as well as Shaman or Druid, Token Druid mainly. So it depends on how meta evolves. I can see Elixir coming back to meta, although it will be only in extreme control meta, and unlikely that will happen for a long period of time. Deathwing, I think he will keep it for the same reason that I would keep Onyxia. Let's go to epic cards now. Oh man. Dark Whispers, I think you can safely disenchant. You never disenchant Ancients. Tree of Life you can disenchant. In fact, I'll just do it now. Bestow Love you can disenchant. Fan of Death I'll just keep one. I don't think even Death Rattle ones Death Rattle Hunters run 2. Snake Trap you can keep 2, definitely one of the better traps out there. Sniper, I've been always iffy about this. Yeah, I don't actually know if this guy is going to be useful in future. So cards I'm not sure, I'm just gonna say, hey, just maybe keep it because maybe it will come into meta and it'll be good. Gladiator's Longbow you can safely disenchant. Spellbender, you only need to keep one of it, so you can disenchant. Ice Block, definitely keep it if you want to play Ice Mage, Freeze Mage. Echo Medivec, same thing, you can keep this guy, can be very awesome. So Wool Spellstopper is, you should disenchant this. In fact, I already have done so. Pyroblast, you should only have one in the deck. Almost always at most, because that's way too clunky to have 2. Cockhammer, you can have 1. I don't think you need 2 of this. Sword Justice, you... At low ranks, I can see this being useful, so if you're a low rank below like 10... Yeah, rank 10, you can't keep it, otherwise I recommend disenchanting it. Or just keep 1. Just keep 1, because it might be useful in future. Quartermaster, definitely keep both. Avenging Wrath, I don't think you ever need the 2 of this, so just disenchant the 1 of them. Lay on Hand, time to time actually 2 is used, but only in very high control meta. The Paladin is pretty mid-range class, so Lay on Hands. I personally will just keep 1. Like if you're asking if you needed Dust, unlikely you need to play 2 of the Lay on Hands because those decks will be very difficult to play. So I'll just keep 1 if I were you, if you have 2. Here, Shadow Bomber can go away. Shadow Form can also go away. And Cabal, you should keep both. Light Bomb, you should only keep 1. I already disenchanted. And Mind Games, if you're playing fun decks, go ahead and keep it. But otherwise, it's only good against extreme control meta. So, and even then, I think Faceless is just much better. So I will disenchant both of those. Preparation, you should definitely keep. Patient Assassin, you can just disenchant. And Cockmaster's Wrench. You can have 1, I guess, but honestly, the oil's so much better. But maybe Mech Rogue. Maybe there will be better Mech Rogues in far future. Sabotage is definitely worth keeping 1, and Kidnapper, just disenchant both. I already done so. And Farsight is one of the worst cards actually, in my opinion. So you can just throw it away. If you need to this is one of those cards. It's like second lay on hand. Do you need the Farsight? Do you want the Farsight? You can, but it's gonna be almost impossible to use. It's really difficult to use them, in my opinion. So, Ancestor Call, you can keep 1. I don't think you need 2. And Murloc. All right, if you're playing Murloc deck, then go ahead and keep it. Fine. Doomhammer, you don't ever. I used to say you don't ever keep 2 of these. I still want to say it, so I'm going to disenchant, but there are some players with the extreme aggro meta that has been using double Doomsayer, not since GVG, but in Noxdramas it definitely happened. Yeah, never since GVG it happened, because the minions got much stronger and you need some sort of sustainability, or you just go more hyper aggro that you don't actually use a Doom Hammer. Earth Elemental you can disenchant safely these days. It's just that, alright, in low ranks, same go for this guy. Rank 15 or below you can keep it, because this card is a very solid all around. But if it's really easy to get removed, and like it's a good target for Black Knight, it's a good target for Big Game Hunter, it's a good target for any removals out there except for Silence. And Overload 3 is a huge. This thing costs 8 mana, 7, 8, technically. And for 8 mana, you can have Ragnar's freaking sake. Or, yeah, it's only good if you can accelerate that and your opponent doesn't have answer to it. Honestly, unlikely as you go up the ladder. So, disenchanting it will be safer. Pit Lord, you can disenchant 1. I have seen a demon deck that uses Demon and Pit Lord. I experimented did a lot of them, and I learned that having 2 is just not worth it, just 1. Bane of Doom, unless this card, alright, disenchant this card, but there has been a talk that Blizzard will actually, they're considering to make a change on Bane of Doom in near future, not near future, or they're just talking about it. Maybe you need to like change this card somehow so that people will use it. So once they change it, you can disenchant this for 400 instead of 100 dust, so up to you. I'm gonna keep it because of that. And Demon Heart, you can keep 1 hour disenchanted. The second one, Anima Golem, I don't think you ever need a second. Even in mech deck, I tried it so many times and it always fails because mech deck is so fragile. They don't have good sustainability. All the mech minions except the 4-drop, which is a Polar Shredder, just dies off, and it's relatively difficult to have a 6 mana minion. Like if you're in a situation where you can just use this card and win game because you already have other card, then you probably win game anyways, is my opinion. Also, it's an easy target for Big Game Hunters. Twisting Nether, I think you should keep 1. It comes back time to time as a surprising element, and maybe you can use that as well. Let's see here. Bouncing Blade is like Big Game Hunter. You probably don't want 2 of them. And same goes for Brawl Disenchant, the second one, in my opinion, unless you know what you're doing. Same goes for Gorahal. You're almost never gonna use 2 Gorahals. If you do, you're probably dead from your weapons anyways by yourself. And I'll keep these 2. Hunger Crab, Disenchant, Auto. Doomsayer, keep it if you want to play Freeze Mage. Or Control Freeze. Wait, there's a Doomsayer Control Warrior deck that I've been experimenting. It can be nice. Recombi Belater, I think it's good to have 1, not 2. The volley of 2-drop is way too big. Big Game Hunter, you can just keep 1 in my opinion. But if you're like serious player, and then you might want to keep 2 because of the mana shifts. Same for Blood Knight. It has, in the past, it has been used, but I don't think you ever want 2 of them unless there's like Divine Shield meta with a lot of Paladins and Sunwalkers. That'll be awkward. Hobgoblin, it's up to you. Like I don't personally like playing aggro decks, but I have seen aggro decks with Hobgoblin that does decent. So up to you. Same goes for Murloc War Leader. If you want to play Murloc deck, keep it. South Sea Captain, I have not seen that efficient pirate deck yet. I've seen one Zizo played and that was alright, but I don't know if it's worth. I will disenchant. And enhance on Mechano, I think you can keep 1. I think 1 can be useful in decks like Zoo or Shaman. And Mini Mage, you can disenchant. Faceless is, unless you see extreme control meta, this is you may keep the second, but otherwise disenchant. Not both, just keep 1. And Fell Reaver is a card you can safely disenchant. in either aggro or control meta. It's only good in mid-range, clunky mid-range meta, and I don't know if those are gonna stick, because only ones that I see are druids, and druids tends to get hard counter by hunters, so people will bring hunter if you see a lot of druids. And yeah, so don't give it, in my opinion. Junkbot, same thing. Actually, you know what? Disenchant one. You can keep one. I have seen the deck that uses Junkbot time to time, but none of them keeps two. So go for it. Sea Giant, you can keep 2, at least at lower rankings, and higher up you go up, you probably want to disenchant both. Same goes for Clockwork Giant, unless you're trying to hard counter Handlocks or hand something like Freeze Mage maybe, but Freeze Mage is dead because of the Dr. Boom. You can check my other video out that, which is the reason like Dr. Boom, you just leave them at 1 health and let the Doomslayer to kill them, because their secrets doesn't activate on their turn. I realized that during the play, someone actually played Freeze Mage. Oh, I have a Dr. Boom, and your secret does not activate on your turn, so I just played and you're dead. So yeah, unless you're trying to counter a specific deck, which is not going to be possible, at least in Conquest format, don't. Mountain Giant you can definitely keep, same goes for Molten. Sky Golem you should keep both. And I guess that's it for epics. Let's go rare. Savager you can safely disenchant both. These are golden cards. Bang! Groove Tender, I have seen a use of it, at least early in the season, but not anymore. Maybe you can keep, I don't know, I'll just disenchant. It's not solid card, you really have to know what you're doing. You can disenchant safely Bites as well. And Keeper you should keep both, but I already have 2 golden, so I'm gonna disenchant. Nourish you can keep, actually you can disenchant one of it safely, but try to keep 1, because I think there are pretty good decks out there that uses 1 Nourish. Same go for Starfall, you almost never get to use 2 because how inefficient it is as an AoE. I think people much rather just have Thanos and double swipe instead of Starfall. It's like you deal 5 damage on a minion or deal 2 damage to all minions. You have a Thanos and swipe, you have deal 5 damage to a minion and deal 2 damage to all other enemy minions. Plus it can be targeted to heroes, so you just want Thanos instead of a second Starfall if you ever need a bunch of AoE. Not to mention those decks that you need the AoE for are Swarmy decks, and a lot of Swarmy decks, since Noxramus has eggs, and it's not good target. And 2 damage often is not good enough anyways. Oh, I already have 1 golden one. Recycle, get rid of it, go. Mech Bearcat, I have seen this time to time. I don't know if this card is that amazing, but I have seen other people making use of it, and it was okay deck, so I'll keep both. Call Pad, oh, you can keep both of these. A Flare, don't ever keep both, in my opinion, just keep 1. Ever since the cost has risen, like 1 is good enough. And Misdirection, same thing, you don't need 2, you just need 1. I already have 2 golden, so I'm gonna disenchant both. And Eaglehorn Bow is something you should keep, in my opinion. Mech-Tooth Leaper. I haven't seen Mech Hunter. That are too good, in my opinion. Like, all of them seems all gimmicky. So I'll disenchant personally, but you can keep them on your taste. Explosive Shot, I don't think you need 2 ever, just keep 1 in my opinion. So on a high main you should keep both. I'm disenchanting the regular because I have golden. King of Beasts, I don't like this card personally, but if you wanna run a beast deck, sure, go for it. I I don't like it personally. Counterspell is one of the cards you only... you can keep both actually. There time to time there's a secret mage deck you can make use of in competitive scene. Vaporize, I don't think you ever needed to. Since the freeze mage died, you can keep one, although it's still a gimmicky choice since a lot of cards out there will spawn an extra minion. Well, mainly talking about the big game hunter. No, Dr. Boom, and Dr. Boom is being used everywhere. May keep one. Chainthorn Mage, if you want to play Secret Mage, you should keep Spot Spewer. I have not seen this card being used, but yeah, there are so many other better options. If you want spell power, you want the card to be cheap, so I think you'd rather use a Cobalt Geomancer and Thamos than Spewer. Like, only time you actually need the spell power is combo deck, or Freeze Mage, or Ish, the Fatigue Mage, maybe. Or Burst Mage, and none of them is good with the Spewer. Like, Thamos or Cobalt Geomancer is much better off. So for current meta, Disenchant, but maybe in next carp expansion it may come in handy. Arcanist you can keep for freeze. Wait, I have 2 golden. You can keep it for Secret Mage. Goblin Blast Mage, you should definitely keep it for Mech Mage, is so good. Blizzard, you should keep both, obviously, for Fatigue Mage or some sort of Freeze Mage. Equality, you should always keep both. Mustard, you should keep both. And Divine Favor, yeah, you can keep both for aggro decks. I've seen it being used. Aldor Peacekeeper, you should keep both. Scarlet Priest Fire, it's one of the cards that you never needed to, in my opinion. Unless your opponent is in Naxxramas meta, not the GVG. And maybe in future Death will become more useful in next expansion, but I don't see that happening in GVG. Blast Champions, they can just enchant safely, in my opinion. It's once that you need it, it's a gimmicky deck, and well, you probably don't want to play gimmicky decks that just yellows, like one Blessing Kings, yeah. Cobalt Guardian is, I kind of mentioned this before, along with Blood Mage. If you want to play those Divine Shielded decks and you like them, then go for it. Otherwise, Disenchant, because you're not gonna make use of it ever. Holy Wrath, I keep it for fun decks. Maybe actually, you know what? Holy Wrath can be nice in heavy control meta, because cards you're gonna have are expensive, and Holy Wrath, that's gonna be amazing. Here in Lightwell, I don't like Lightwell personally, but you may keep it. Same goes for a Boxer. Naru. Mass Dispel, you don't ever need a 2 of, you can disenchant 1. Shadow Menace, you can, in most of decks you only need 1, or you only want 1. But time to time there are decks that just, yeah, there are some yellow. I'm just gonna disenchant because you're not gonna see 2 in meta out there. Like, if it's, you only need this kind of cards in control meta, and in control meta you only use it for Belchers basically, in control meta, and against aggro you don't want 2, you want 1, and other AoE form. Soul Priest, you should definitely get both. Repair Bot, I haven't seen anyone making a mech priest deck work, but that's possibly because no one has come up with a good list yet, so who knows. I think I'll keep it. Though this is one of the cards I don't know how to value, because I haven't seen it in action. A Holy Fire, you can alright, in hyper aggro deck, aggro meta, you're gonna need 2, so just go ahead and keep both. Blade Flurry, keep 2. One-Eyed Shade, I'm just gonna disenchant, because it's only used in the pirate deck. Perdition's Blade, you can safely disenchant everything but 1. Head Crack, same thing, you can disenchant everything but 1. I have seen decks that are okay. Ones that relies on Malgus to do the damage. I've seen a deck that uses 1. Iron Sensei, if you want to play a mech, keep it. Assassination, you should keep both. And Master of Disguise, I'm just gonna kill both. What? I have a rogue deck that uses Master of Disguise? Be gone. Be gone. Why do I have 2 in there? What the fudge? Ogre Ninja. I actually do not know how to evaluate this, so maybe we can keep it. 6/6 for 5 mana seems good value, but it's iffy. Here in Sister Spirit, I don't think you ever needed to, at least not anymore. So, me personally, I will disenchant both. Vitality Tome, you don't need it to, almost never. So, just keep one. Power Mace, you can keep both. Ferrous Spirit, you can keep both. Lava Burst, you can keep both. And Lightning Storm, you should keep both. And Mana Titanium, you don't ever need it to of the same. June Mal Shaman can be nice, so I'm just gonna not worry about it. And here, Felguard, you can disenchant safely. Waiter, I think you can keep one. I don't think you need 2 in any deck out there. Like, you can always just play other cards like Implosion. Yeah, just don't keep it. Don't keep both. Mr. Pain, there are good demon decks that relies on pain. You should keep any of these. Yeah, Felguard, I will just. Yeah, I don't think Felguard is worth it. This thing costs you. Felguard is like Wild Growth. Wild Growth costs 2 mana. It's pretty much used in any Druid decks. And just compare it. Add that to Felguard. And Felguard should cost 2 mana, not 3, if it's same thing as if you consider Wild Growth into, like, if you just say, alright, if you have Wild Growth, so let's make the anti-version of Wild Growth and add that to these stats. 3/5 should be 4 mana and Wild Growth costs 2, so Felguard should cost 2, but it costs 3, so it's not valuable. Alright. Doomguard, you should keep both for Zoo. Siphon Soul, you should also keep both. And Upgrade, I don't think you ever needed 2. Commanding Shout. I have seen actually a deck make good use of this time to time. Just keep 1 in my opinion. Armorsmith, you should keep both. Berserker, I think you should keep both actually. This card is a really good early season. I mean, at lower ranks and in higher ranks even, it has been used in the past. I don't know if it'll be ever used again, but it has been used in the past and it was good. Mortal Strike, it's good to keep them for aggro warrior if that ever comes back. And if you're planning to play mech warrior deck, which I have played in the past, that plays both of these cards, so you can keep it. Sage Engine is one of the cards that I don't think it ever it's not worth, in my opinion, because you want this card in aggro decks. In aggro decks, you don't want to gain armor. This is the same reason that Iron Juggernaut, I don't want anything with the Iron Juggernaut in my opinion at the moment, because it's good if you have to draw a lot of cards with the Iron Juggernaut. Well, your opponent has to draw a lot, but then Juggernaut is good in, like, Juggernaut does a damage, meaning you should have it in somewhat aggressive deck, or the deck thing that should control your opponent's health. Yeah, I don't see it happening. It's iffy. It's a solid card all around, but it's just not good enough. Shield Maiden, you should keep both. Target Dummy. I'm just gonna disenchant both of these target dummies. I don't think they're worth it. Just go ahead and play Mage and play Mirror Entity or Mirror Image. It's like Angry Chicken, you can safely disenchant. Bloodsteel Courser, you can safely disenchant also as well, in my opinion. Light Warden, you can keep. Murlocs, you can keep in Murloc deck, actually. Murloc Tide Color. If you look at my latest Murloc deck and the video, it's it's used there. And Secret Keeper, you can safely disenchant. I don't think the secret meta has ever come, nor will come in future. Young Priestess, you can keep it if you want to play Murloc deck. Otherwise, just you can disenchant these days. And Ancient Watcher, you can keep. You should keep both. Crazy Alchemist, I think you should only keep one. I've never seen any meta that uses both Crazy Alchemist. It's just too weak by itself. Benedict is only for iffy rogue decks, and you might enjoy it, so up to you. Master Swordsmith, I have seen the Zoo deck that uses a Swordsmith. That was alright. And Pin-Size Summoner, this card is really good in right now, but it's so deceiving. It's only good if your opponent doesn't have removal, and as you go up in ranking, you're gonna not need them, so I'll disenchant it. Some Fear Protector you should keep both, but I have 2 golden ones. Pyromancer, you can keep both. Alarm Bot, up to you. Like, up to you. Arcane Golem, you can keep both. Oracle, you can keep both. Because of meal decks, Arcane Golem, aggressive decks. Cold Light Seer in Murloc they can keep. Demolisher is a card that I have seen time to time, but it was never a solid card in my opinion. Same goes for Cobra. Maybe you can keep 1 Cobra, but never 2. It's too weak. 3 drop, 3 health. Novice Experimental Turd. It only works in Miracle Rogue deck, and even in Miracle Rogue deck, if you turn those minions, I mean the decks that relies on heavy spell cards. It only works in a deck that relies on heavy spell cards and spell power minion or key cards that will draw you cards. And if you turn those into chicken, you're dead. So I will just disenchant. This card is too risky. Goblin Scepter, up to meta in my opinion. I guess it's a very good, like 6/4 for 3 mana against Handlock meta. Illuminator, you can. This card is like Ice Block in my opinion. It gives the 8 health to hero total, because the 8 health your opponent's gonna kill this, right? And 4 health to your hero, so it's a 3 mana 8 health. So I think you should keep it, maybe, if you want to play a secret deck. Imp Master is a card you can safely disenchant. I don't think you ever needed to. This card is too swarmy, and it will get rid of your hand too fast. So, and it's not very strong by itself. So, Injury Blade Master you should keep both. It's very frequently used. Literal Exorcist, it can be used in, like, I kind of went over this, but in Noxtrama's meta it's good. But when are we gonna see that? I think you can just disenchant. You can keep 1 just in case it comes back, because it's not gonna stay there. Mind Control tag, you can actually keep both, in my opinion. Questing Adventure, up to you if you wanna play those gimmicky Miracle Rogue deck with Questing Adventure and or Benedict. Keep it. Ancient Mage, you can disenchant safely. Nullifier, I think I keep 1 in Mech Rogue deck, otherwise no. Argus, you should keep both, definitely hands down. Jeeves, you can keep both. Mystic, you can keep both. You know what, just keep 1. I don't think there has been secret meta, and there will be. Drake, you can keep 1. Oh, no. Drake, you should keep 2. What am I saying? Vaal Teacher, you should keep both. Abomination, up to you. It kind of depends on meta. I know this card can be good in some meta out there that might not come in anytime soon. So I'll just have 1. Drake, you should keep both. Lobber, I think you should keep both. Despite a lot of people not using it. It's good in some meta. Nether Bomber, you should disenchant both. Kodo, you can disenchant 1. You can keep 1. I don't think you need 2. At least not in near future. Argent Commander. I would say you can keep this one in, like, it's good in mid-range decks. It kills off as your Drake and have a 4/2 leftover. But almost never you see 2 of these. Auctioneer, it's Since the cost has risen, oh my god, I even craft this golden version of this. You can keep one in my opinion. I'll just keep both just in case the Miracle Rogue comes back. Maybe they'll buff it again. But although if they change it, then well, I guess I will just I don't know. Yeah, Sunwalker. You can keep it in lower ranks, but not once you go up. Ravenholt Assassin, I think you can safely disenchant both, in my opinion, but there has been bursted decks with a Paladin or Warrior in the past that maybe you can make a use of. Like, remember the Blossom Champion, I think? Blessed Champion. This card can be quite useful along with that. And I guess that's it for rares. Alright, just gonna go over disenchant bunch of cards because there are a lot of cards that I don't want to talk about, but you should disenchant. Hardwell, you should keep it. Wrath, you should keep both. Robocup, yeah, you can keep both. Mark of Nature, you should disenchant all of it. Soul Forest, I would recommend keeping one. I have used it in the past and it was awesome. Jared Fang, up to you. I have seen the deck that make a use of this. That were okay. Bazooka, you can keep both. Explosive Shot, Trap, you should keep both. Freezing Trap, you should keep both. Snipe, you should keep one at most. Hyena, you can keep both in a Beast Hunter deck. Deadly Shot, you can keep both. On this dog, you can keep both. You should keep both. Cobra Shot, it's too expensive, in my opinion. I think you should just get rid of it. One cannon. Let's go through here. Ice. Yeah, you can just. Yeah, you can keep all of this. Mirror to take. You can keep all this. Just fast forwarding it, things because the video is getting way longer. Cone of Cold, you can keep one. I don't think you ever needed to. At least not anymore. Blessing Wisdom, you can disenchant. Eye for an Eye, you should disenchant. Don't ever keep this card, the worst secret ever. Redemption, you can keep. Noble Sacrifice, you can keep. Repentance, you should disenchant. It's not worth the card. And you can keep the rest. Circle Healing, you should keep both. Silence, you only need one of it. But yeah, you should only keep one. Inner Fire, up to you if you want to play those gimmicky decks. I'm not going to. Shrinkmeister, you can keep both. Thustil, you can keep both. You should keep both. They're awesome cards. Velachus, you can keep one in my opinion, but I have seen people use it too, so go ahead, up to you. Lightspawn, it's like the same thing as Divine Spirit, Inner Fire. I don't think you should keep it for competitive meta, but you can keep it if you want to play those gimmicky decks. Temple Enforcer, I think you should actually keep one of these. It's an awesome card. Also, it's one of the best cards early on. Like, very early on. This is like all preference. I don't think you should ever keep Betrayal in most of the cases. Consoli, I don't think you ever needed to anymore since nerf of the Miracle Rogues. And Shadow Step, I can see it's still being useful. Same goes for Cold Blood, although it's not consistent. Ringleader is awesome early on, but you should disenchant as you rank up. Auto Barber is really nice in Mech Rogue, you should keep. And you should keep Oil as well as Eviscerate. Earthshock you should keep. Bolt you should keep. Dust Devil is the only card I think you should disenchant here, as well as Support Lightning. Wait, yeah, Dust Devil. What? Oh. Stoneforge decks, I don't think you ever needed to, so you can disenchant one. You can keep one. Crackle, you can keep both. Saplomatic, you should keep both. And same goes for Unbundle, so you should keep both. Problem, you should keep both. Blood Imp, no one uses this card anymore. Just Disenchant. It's better off not having it. Flame Imp, you should keep both. Dark Bomb, you should keep both. And Demon Fire, just go ahead and get rid of it. It's not even that good in Demon decks, at least not anymore. Sense of Demon, you can keep one just in case, like maybe in further future. It has been used in the past for Demon locks. And Summoning Portal is up to you if you want to play those gimmicky decks. Floating Watcher you should keep. Wow. Alright, we're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Inner Rage, I think you should keep one, not both. Warbot, Mech Warrior deck, I have used it and it's alright. Battle Rage, you should keep one. Same goes for Rampage. Alright, you know what? Actually, just keep two if you want to play those one-hit wonder control warrior decks with the Worgen and Charge. Slam, you can keep both. Taskmaster, you can keep both. Ogre, Wormowl, just get rid of it. Just play Ogre instead of Wormowl. Like, what the fudge? Weaponsmith, you should get rid of. Wisp, be gone. Abusive Surgeon is awesome. Murder Squatter can be nice. All these are actually really nice cards. Shouldered Bearer, I have seen it in the past, but it's not going to be used for a while. Worgen, oh my god, all these gimmicky and weird decks. Dragonhawk was good when Unleashed was different. Amani Berserker. Just get rid of it. Early on it's good. It's one of the better cards early on if you don't have any like epic rares. And same goes for Worgen actually. I don't think you want any of these, any part of the Worgen. Bloodsetter Raider actually can be nice in aggro warrior deck or weapon decks, so keep it. Wolf Alpha can be nice in Zoo deck. Southend Deccan, I don't think you ever needed to, just disenchant one. Expulsion Ship can be used in Control Mage deck. Fairy Dragon can be used actually. Can be alright. Same goes for Galvin Stalker. Depends on meta. Although I don't see that happening in anytime soon, or just good general early game. Yeah, it's good on early, like below rank 15, but beyond that you're probably not gonna use it. And you should keep both Owls. Should keep both Blue Hoarders. Whoa! Alright, we almost broke the game. We're going too fast. Slow down a little. Like, all these cards are nice. Well, except for Morlock, if you want to play Morlock deck. Yeah, all these cards are awesome, except for Mech Warper. That is exceptionally good. Yeah, these cards are alright. Below rank 15, but otherwise Disenchant. Youthful Master you can keep. Cloud Pain you should keep both. Farseer you can keep both. Gold Disenchant. You can disenchant this guy as well. I don't even know how to pronounce this guy's name. No Marian Infantry. Alright, be gone. Flying Machine be gone. Should keep Harvest Golem. Panther, I think you can keep one. Even in Beast decks. Ogre, Brute, I actually have seen this card being used in aggro, mid-range aggro decks in Drees or Warriors, so keep it. It's same, like I said, like just play Ogre Brute instead of Ogre Wormowl. And Worgen you can keep both for those wonder decks. Crusader will come back time to time, depends on meta. Spider Tank is awesome card. Tower and Warrior Disenchant both. First year Disenchant. Be gone. Cult Master you should keep. Yeah, all these cards can be used, so just keep them. Dread Corsair, same thing. I'm not sure about Tall Strider. I haven't seen that card, even in Beast deck. But Mushu Worgen, Disenchant, unless you want to play those gimmicky double buff decks. Sylvan Guardian, don't use this card. This card is very gimmicky in my opinion. It's very deceiving, rather. Spellbreaker, you can keep 1 or 2. You can keep 1. Yeah, you can keep 1. Anti-kill, I should keep both. Fan Creeper, up to you if you wanna, like, early on rank 15 or below, you can keep. Salty Dog, Disenchant. Silver Knight, below rank 15, it's alright. Same goes for Spiteful Smith. Tiger can be nice. Frost Elemental is also nice, below rank 15, otherwise skip it. Wait, nice, below rank 15, otherwise Disenchant. Disenchant a Loon. Harpy should be gone as well. And below rank 15, Force Tank Max can be nice. So I think that's it actually. Yeah, I've disenchanted pretty much all the cards that I don't need, or you don't ever need. I disenchanted the extra that you should keep if you're rank like 20, 25. But I did explain to you. And by disenchanting all those extra cards I now have 15,900 dust that I can make golden legendaries with. So yeah, this was a guide, I suppose, or walkthrough of what cards you should keep and what cards you should not keep.